Hopefully,
welcome to the show, David.
hopefully this thing is going to work right tonight.
Testing. Can you hear me? Testing.
I can hear you.
Okay, that's
Can
good.
you hear
We can
me?
hear you. Yeah, maybe.
Oh yeah. It's
For now.
like we did an in-person recording and like my whole system just like freaked out. So
Yeah.
I think we're good now. I think we're good.
Okay. All right. It's good.
Well, that was an interesting weekend.
It was a rough weekend of travel, I'll tell you that.
Flight delays. I think you had more flight delays than you had time in an airplane.
I think so did too. Actually, I did. I think I did. Spent more time delayed than I was in the airport. Yeah. So this was President's Day weekend. So I flew to David in South Bend from Kansas City. We had to change planes. We went on Friday. We changed to Minneapolis. Our flight leaving Kansas City was delayed 2 hours because of the snow in Minneapolis. Because Minneapolis, our flight was delayed 2 hours from there to leave to go to South Bend. So we landed South Bend 2.5 hours late, like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And then Monday returning home, David drops me off at the airport, and our flight was delayed 2 hours leaving South Bend to go to Chicago to change planes. We get in Chicago, we get to the gate with barely enough time, and that flight then actually got delayed by about 20 or 30 minutes.
Oh, did it? Okay. Well, I didn't even know that one. Wow.
Yeah, we got there. Yeah, we got to the gate like right at boarding time. They're like, "Oh yeah, your plane is just pulling up."
Oh.
And we get on the plane and we're boarding. The pilot's like, "Yeah, we've got a quick little maintenance light that came on. We need to have a maintenance crew come over to look at. So just hang tight." I'm like, "We can't have a perfect flight at anywhere along here." So, yeah, we actually made it home. It wasn't too bad time we landed, and then landed back into Kansas City in the middle of a snowstorm too. So
did it really?
Just couldn't. Yeah, it was. We had a couple inches on the ground when we landed, so it was couldn't get around it. And then today it's been snowing all day today.
Yeah. That's funny. CJ just texted me. You gonna see Donnie anytime soon? That's hilarious. Yeah,
That's
CJ,
funny.
we're chatting right now, actually.
I actually see him right now.
Yeah. Well, we got a lot done though. We did get a lot done.
We did get a lot of prep done. Yeah. So by the time everybody has seen this episode, CobraCon will be over. You would have seen the show.
Yep. So it'll be 70-foot tower, like 280 cues on top of the wheel. Yeah. 5 different positions going up every almost 12 foot.
Yep.
So yeah, it's going to be pretty epic. I mean, well, obviously by the time you guys have seen it, it'll either have gone really good or really bad.
We'll have to do an post CobraCon episode after it's all done and kind of have a discussion about it.
Oh, yeah.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Pyro Unleashed. Tune in weekly as Donnie and David discuss all things pyro, from the business aspect of the industry to technical tips and mesmerizing pyro designs. On Pyro Unleashed, we invite cutting-edge experts to the podcast to discuss their role in making this industry a success. So, sit back and unleash your inner pyro with us.
I guess you just got the inside scoop as to what's happening.
Yeah.
That's all right.
We'll just put little bleeps over there and all that. Bleep, 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 bleep. Wheel. Beep. I don't know when it airs. You can't forget your audio tonight, and
it's all right.
Yeah. Like you said, it's a long weekend.
Yeah.
But again, yeah. So obviously you will see this pre-CobraCon.
April 10th through the 12th. You're going to be there, right, Sabrina?
I am. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. You guys are taking pre-orders, right?
We are taking pre-orders, and you can catch me on the panel. So the expert panel at the end. Yeah.
You'll be on the panel on Saturday, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. Awesome. I really want to go. Like, I really want to go, but it's like every time they put me out in the field. So it's like they don't want me to listen to your guys' chat.
I'm gonna keep you out. I'm gonna keep you out in the field probably. So
yeah.
Yeah.
It depends.
And you know what's funny is I never make it to the field.
Don't you really? No. Do you come watch the shows at all, or you just...
The one year I made it out there, but last year I don't even know what happened, but I didn't make it out to any of the shows, and I felt terrible. No, so they canceled the one
they
day.
canceled Friday night. Yep.
And then the next day I was like, I'm going home. See you guys later. Good luck.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Leaving early. Yeah, this year the shoot site should be flipped, and it should be much better. It won't be a swamp this year, that's for sure. I hope.
I agree. I
guess I should say I'll be on the road, so that's all right. Everybody else can fend for themselves.
I love it.
Well, if you haven't gotten your tickets, you're probably pushing the last minute to get them. So go to cobra-con.com and get your tickets. Should be $249. And I believe you can bring somebody with you this year with your ticket. I believe we were talking about that this weekend, weren't we, Donnie? I don't know. I don't remember. I know you can bring somebody with you to CobraCon. I don't know if they can do the classes, but yeah, they can still go to the trade show and all the shows and yeah.
Again, if you come, have your Pyro Unleashed merch on. Come find me in the trade show, because the first person who does will have a special Pyro prize for you. So probably something that goes boom. Probably
something that goes boom.
Yeah. So bring us some shows that you have some merch, and
we'll have some
case
of boom.
Case of boom.
Case of boom.
Nice. And if you want in the trade show, well, they're letting people in the trade show only, so you can get a ticket for just trade show.
They are. You're right. Yeah. So you could do that. And I think you're getting there Wednesday night, Donnie. Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah, I'll be
so I'll be there Wednesday
evening. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, I don't even know. I think we're coming with. I can guarantee it'll be at least 2 26-foot box trucks. It might be 3. So.
Oh my goodness.
Pre-orders. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. Normally we're set up next to each other, so
yeah.
Rocking and rolling.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I don't know. I'm really looking for this year. Out of all of them, I just feel like the classes this year are superb. Like the shows are gonna be just immaculate. Everybody that I've heard that is coming, it's gonna be a really good time. More than just CobraCon, it's more the camaraderie and hanging out, and then then we have casino night, and I believe you guys are sponsoring that as well, correct? This year?
Yeah, we're sponsoring that, and then we're doing the Class C competition.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so we'll get into all that as well here in a little bit, and what all we can expect from that. And before we get too far, do want to chat about Finale 3D. They are also a sponsor. The world's most powerful fireworks and special effects design software. Finale 3D is built for the real world. Whether you're working with pyrotechnics or DMX special effects, automatic scripting, sequencing, addressing features get you ready for showtime in no time. So, and then
hopefully you've been watching our finale tips of the week or every other week.
With
catching up on those with Drew.
The 3Ds of Finale 3D. David, Donnie, and Drew.
Drew, yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. So
we should ask Drew how he feels about that.
The 3D, the trifecta.
Yeah.
Have to redo the intro now.
Yeah. But I guess we should introduce our guest.
Yeah, most definitely. We have Sabrina with American Wholesale Fireworks, the Queen of Pyro. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I don't know. That was a mouthful. I don't know what else everybody called you.
More things that I'm going to admit.
Oh man. So, well, I guess let's start it off. How did you get into pyro? How did you get into fireworks?
So my family always did the backyard thing, and we had a cabin, and my grandpa always made sure that we had something on the 4th, and he passed away, and my dad took it over, and he introduced me to Kellner's,
Yeah.
and we would make the trip out there, and a bunch of years went by, and he's like, I don't think I want to do it anymore. And I was like, okay. And I didn't do fireworks for 1 year. And I was like, I'm never sitting out again. Like this was not 4th of July.
Yeah.
And I got involved with the local club in Ohio. And by getting involved with them, I met people in PA and Maryland and everywhere else. And yeah. Pyro. I love this industry.
Yeah. It honestly, it sucks you in. You just can't leave it.
Right.
Nothing wrong with it. Just what it is.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So when did you first see your first Pyro musical?
So I started with the club, and they started doing different scripted shows, but it wasn't like full out Pyro musical. And then the one guy owned a garden center, and he was like, we're going to do a Pyro musical. And I was like, this is really cool. And they stuck me in a corner and had me, fusing up all of the salutes, and that was the first night I ever seen like an actual Pyro musical, and I was hooked right then and there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So have you scripted and done shows yourself, or just kind of helped out?
So the only big show I've ever done was Mid-Atlantic's Firework Festival. I was the part of the closing display. It was myself, Dane Krenzik, and Nick Carmiano. We all ended the girls' night that they did. 2016, 2017, I don't remember which one, but I was part of scripting that. And then I've done
That's
a couple
awesome.
things around, but not to that extent again.
So what all events have you been to? I mean, obviously, there's several we've seen each other at, but what's a rundown of events you've been to over the years?
Mid-Atlantic's Firework Festival is my favorite. Stop, Drop, and
Is it?
Roll Festival. I've been to Sky Wars and before Sky Wars, and gosh, I've went and done weddings for friends at in different states, and I can't even think of what else. Carolina Pyros. I go down there a couple times a year, and
Okay. Yeah.
I've been in the Southern Ohio with OPAG a couple times, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Western Winter Blast. I've been out to what's Mitch Hales?
Mid-States.
Oh, mid-states. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mid-states. So I'm trying to get down to Texas and to check out Chris Stacy's
Gotta
Yeah.
get down there.
Yeah.
amazing event. I want to be there so bad.
Yeah. It's like back to back to back, just craziness. So, yeah, and then this year, yeah, we're all flying. I'm flying to Arizona. I'm not driving that stinking far for
All the way up to Pyro
for
Jam.
NFA. No, for NFA. Yeah,
NFA.
yeah, that too.
Both.
I got
Yeah,
good
NFA
news.
is in
Arkansas.
or Arkansas. Yeah, see, my gosh, I am on it tonight. I'll get it. Mercy.
All good. I'm the financial committee chair, and we're reaching out to all the local businesses for sponsorships. So
Oh, very good.
it's been interesting.
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys are probably getting busy, starting to get that all figured out. And
Joining. Honestly, I'm gonna rep the NFA here for a minute.
yeah, go ahead. Sure.
Yeah.
The National Fireworks Association is an amazing association, especially if you are a friend of fireworks, firework business, or anything along those lines. If you like fireworks, it's for you. And if you're a friend of fireworks, it's only $75 to join. And you can join committees and get involved, and you know what's going on, and they send out newsletters, and there's just so much that they fight for us on the back end that nobody actually realizes. So they're for the little guys. They're for us. So definitely check those out. And just being on the committee, and I'm the committee chair, and I've gotten to see like what they're doing and talk to them and everything, and the amount of work that goes into it starting the month after it ends is absolutely insane.
Yeah. No, I've been to 2 NFAs back to back, and I've enjoyed every one of them. I know, Mercy, I'm trying to even think when the last time I was at NFA before these 2 times. Yeah, I mean, just every time I've gone though, it's a great time, and you start to get bored watching the same firework over and over at the same night every night. But no, it's a good time. We really, but no, we really enjoy going and watching all the shows and helping out where we can and having our own trade show booth.
So in 2016 or 17, I was helping out OPAG on their display at NFA in Erie. And I was with the club, NEOPG, and they were like, hey, we're done early. If you want to go over to the trade show, you guys can go in. And I went in, and I didn't work for American back then. So, nobody knew who I was except for Bob Kellner, who was the treasurer, and Gary Hansen, great guy. He kicked me out twice. So, I was one of those people, but Bob Kellner ended up letting me back in just for a little bit. But first time I ever was in NFA, I got kicked out.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, that's, I don't know, is that a record then of people getting kicked out in the same day at NFA? That's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
But
now, do you have a favorite pyro show or an event that you go to every year?
Oh, that one's hard. I mean, I would honestly say Sky Wars is my current favorite. Like, I just, the amount of, you guys are so much fun, and it's like pyro heaven. And
right?
I love that, and all the competitions, and Friday night, and then Thursday, and I don't know. I would honestly say Sky Wars.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like just the atmosphere at Sky Wars, and even like I keep saying this, but last year was so different, but I think that it was so needed after such a weird year of being able to just hanging out and just kind of relaxing a little bit and getting to know fellow pyros a little bit more. I think overall it was great.
Yeah. Normally I'm stuck up at the truck waiting on people to come see me.
Yep.
So to be like just hanging out with everybody, and I always say it like I always say, like, these are my people. Like, these are
sure.
like you walk up and it's like, hey, and everybody's all excited, and I love that.
Yeah. No, I hear you there. So let's see. Do you have a favorite firework effect?
Howling, whistling,
screaming. Really? Anything howling. All right.
How you feel about crackle?
It has its place.
How about howling to crackle?
Howling to crackle.
My firework ends like that.
Does it?
It does. When I was scripting it, I'm like, I want it howling to, like, a nice ending, and he was like, it's going to be crackle if we're going to put it out to the masses, and I'm like, okay. So, but I still love it. It's good.
Really
it's perfect.
Know that, so that's hilarious, Steve. That's funny.
It's my favorite cake, so
yeah, of course it has to be, right?
Right.
Yeah. So
now, along the same lines, you have a favorite brand of fireworks?
I plead the fifth. That's the heavyweight. Our brand. I love heavyweight.
Right. There we go. She's like, I'm sworn to secrecy. I can't say.
What the deal is I have different relationships with all of them, and I know. But when it comes down to it, like I had like stuff from Dominator and Raccoon and Wizard and Magnus, and then there's stuff that I'm like, why do you have that? Do you stop making that one and try again? So I mean, each brand has its perks.
You can nitpick in every brand. I'm very convinced. Like every brand's gonna have a good, say, top 5, and every brand's going to have a bottom 5, and some are more than a bottom 5, but it is what it is, right? So yeah. So I know I would say us were, I don't know, I feel like the whole tariffs thing, and we'll get into all that later, and besides the tariffs, how do you feel like, what is your perspective on the 2025 season?
It's been a little different just in the first month. It's been different. I feel like during COVID, and I actually hate talking about COVID, but it's such an integral part of what we do.
Yes,
like
exactly. It is.
So, I mean, nobody had anything. So right after that, like people scrambled to get stuff, and then they sold it, and then they scrambled again. And so I don't see it being as crazy busy as it has been wholesale wise. And people are scared, and they're like, oh, let's buy right now and everything. And now you're going to hold it for 9 years until I want it from you. But I mean, I don't know. It's been a little slower than I thought it would be so far, but once people realize that it's Friday and this year, I think that will flip.
Yeah. No, I would agree. I feel like it's weird because like you said, there are aspects where it's been slower, but then there's other aspects where, like, I would say, prime example, like CobraCon, we're kind of up from where we were last year on orders. So it's like it's just a weird flip, and I don't know if it's I don't know what it is, the tariffs, or what were people waiting to see what was going to happen, or this, that, or the other. But I don't think it's going to be any worse, I guess, than last year. Being a Thursday last year, I think it'll be a little bit better this year. But I don't know. I think next year is going to be a year to remember. So it's going to be crazy. I think.
I mean, people are already like, well, if I get this now, will you hold it till the 2026 season? And it's like, no.
No. Yeah. And I mean, I know that, they're already, I mean, I'm guessing you guys have probably placed orders for 26 already, because your wholesalers are telling, or your people are telling you, like, you either order now or you're not getting your order for 26. So, I mean, it's been crazy. It's weird that, we're placing an order so far in advance, because if you don't, then you're not going to be able to have that wholesale or retail. So,
well,
go ahead.
Well, and you're waiting on it to come in, because with the way everything is, just in the last month, you're like, don't hold my stuff, ship it right now. But then you're like, now where do I put it?
Exactly. So you guys are dealing with the same thing. Like, you have so much stock that it's hard to find a spot to put it right now. Yeah, because I mean, I would say we're dealing with the same thing. Like, it's kind of almost a 180 from what it was last year. It's almost like they're just pumping as much as they can. And last year it was like, we'll wait till about 2 weeks before the 4th, and then we'll send it to you. Then you'll get it. But
it's 6 containers the week of the 4th. Yeah,
the week of the 4th. All right, yeah. So we weren't the only ones. Yeah, so I'm sure a lot of that's flow over. We have a lot. I wouldn't say a lot of it, but we have some of that from that. and whatnot. But it is nice to have extra stock for, say events that you go to, like, PGI and this, that, and the other, to be able to have a little stock to sell. But you also wish you could have sold it during the peak season, but you can't go back.
No, and our warehouse, we're revamping it. So, yeah, it's going to be, it's only taken us, 3 years to get the approvals we needed to get it to where we want it to be. So, we're in the process of that too. So that's making space challenging for the time being.
Yeah. You guys like adding on, or are you able to say, or are you guys adding on, or are you guys just like kind of moving things around?
Moving it around.
Okay.
The Ohio code is rough.
Yep.
Really rough.
Very rough. Yeah.
The inspectors are hard to deal with.
Yeah.
And I don't even get to deal with them. I just get to hear about it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It is. It's nasty. Most definitely.
This is a great segue into, I guess, now the next section, talking about American Wholesale Fireworks.
It is.
What is your role there at American Wholesale?
I am the sales manager for wholesale and for display sales and for 1-3 wholesale.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So do you have a team that works under you then doing sales under you, or are you kind of managing yourself as well?
Yeah. So, wholesale, consumer wholesale and all that, it's myself and Haley, and the owner, John David, is huge into that. And then the warehouse people are amazing. So, it's us three pretty much talking to everybody. And then, display sales, we do have, salespeople all over the East Coast. So, that's been fun, learning all the different states over the years. And 1-3 wholesale is the satellite locations that we have. That those are me, and then the 1-3 wholesale up here normally one of Roberto, the owner.
Yeah. And then I know you just mentioned locations. So where all do you have locations at?
So 1-3, we have satellite locations in Palm City, Florida, and then Siloam Springs, Arkansas.
Okay.
But wholesale, regular consumer wholesale, is Ohio only.
Okay. Gotcha. And then let's get into brands that American sells.
All of the above except for yours.
I got it.
I think at the one point in time I counted, we had like 50 different brands in our list. So Dominator and all their sub brands.
The Pyro by brand.
A little bit. I mean, Dominator probably counts for about 9 of them. Okay. But we carry Raccoon and Wizard and Winda, and we carry Magnus and Pyro, Planet. We carry. Now I'm gonna go draw a blank on a lot of them. We Miracle. We carry. I don't know. Trying to think of who else there's, but there's a ton of them. There was almost 50.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know you kind of mentioned it earlier. What is your own house brand that you guys carry?
It's Heavyweight. So it's called Heavyweight, and we've got to name a few of them, and it's my boss John, it's his baby, and he does pretty amazing with it.
Yeah. So do you primarily just do consumer out of that line, or are you doing pro and 1-3 on that as well?
Just consumer.
Okay.
So, and it's expanded a lot over the years. So, it's been pretty cool to finally get all that stuff in stock, because we'd have like 2 pieces here and 3 pieces there, and they'd all go out of stock. And now we actually have a decent amount of them.
Yeah. No, that's really good.
And then as far as like your 1-3 stuff, you carry like all sizes of like shells, cakes, all that kind of stuff, or is there specific things you do carry?
So we've got 8 brands for 1.3. So we carry the cakes from, 1.5 inch all the way up to 3-inch bore. And then we've got the assortments. We've got single shell cases. We've got all sizes up to 16.
Okay.
And then time chains will be hitting here soon. I'm ready for those.
Yes. They need to come back. The amount of times I get an email about time chain is about as much as I get an order in. So yes, they need to make their way back. That is for sure. That is for sure. So let's talk about requirements for 1.4 Pro purchase.
Just take a class.
Just take a class.
Just take a class. And take a valid class. Not that regular stores aren't valid. Don't get me wrong, stores, you're doing fine, do your thing. But I mean, PGI, APA, take one of those courses. Go meet people. Go network. Go do your thing. Take a class. Stop trying to shortcut it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's really is half the battle, is trying to weed through, certificates. You get a cert in. It's I'm sorry, we don't accept that, but here, you can go here and get it. And yeah, it's tough. So, yeah.
And then do you guys offer type of classes that you guys do or help sponsor or put on?
So I'm a PGI certified instructor. So we run 2 PGI courses out of our Ohio thing, only they're continuing education courses instead of the full DOC course because, again, Ohio is rough, and we can't allow anybody to, you can't touch products. They're like, oh, you're training people? Cool. Make them all get licenses, and that's costly, so that doesn't work for Ohio.
Yep.
But I've been to Iowa, and I'm going back to Arkansas. That's what I'm heading there this weekend, to train a class with Tom Wilson.
Very good. Very good. Yeah. I agree. Ohio is bass backwards. They're like, yeah, we want you to train people, but we're not going to let you have them be able to shoot a show so they can get the training to be able to train people. Wow. Oh yeah. It's wonderful. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. You're like, here's a hoop. Now here's a couple other hoops that you got to jump through with that hoop.
Yeah. So backwards and upside down at the same time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's wow.
Unlike, Missouri, where you just go take a class like normal people, right?
Like normal people. I mean, Missouri's kind of getting a little over there with the.
They are getting a little rocky,
with the pro line stuff now, and wanting you to have a DOC license, having a state license in order to buy pro line in Missouri now. So it's crazy here too.
And that's only for in-state
Missouri residents.
Yeah.
Missouri residents.
So if you're a business in Missouri, you can still sell to people outside of the state without that. Yeah. As long as they have a PGI cert or something.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's just Missouri residents. Yeah, they're requiring it. Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys dig deeper into that, you should have a conversation with Stacy Schneitner Blake.
Yeah.
So she's a really good one to talk to.
Yeah.
That hint.
Come on, Stacy. We need to talk.
Might see that on an upcoming episode.
That's funny. All right. Well, let's get to the websites. We still have a lot to get through, but let's get to American Wholesale Fireworks websites and how you can order fireworks from you and how to sign up for classes for you guys.
This is awesome. You guys totally rock. Thank you for this. So it's AmericanWholesaleFireworks.com. And when you go in, you sign up at the top and you sign up for a VIP program. And then you just start shopping like you would on Amazon, and then on our blue drop down list, you'll see where you can purchase buy online products as consumer, 1.4 Pro, 1.3, soon to be released live. Please,
awesome.
I hope. And then awesome. We've got all of our other information. So if we're running a sale, or where you sign up for PGI courses, or where you sign up for our demo's April 26th, you can sign up for that there. So there's all kinds of stuff on there. And then there's an application under the Pro and the 1.3. So if you want to be able to purchase those from us, you have to fill out that application. And it goes through a review process that is not me, so don't yell at me. And then, we get back to you from there and let you know if you've been approved or not. And you can say your piece at that time.
Yep. Perfect.
Say your piece.
Say your piece.
This is the Pyro Unleashed Cake Review, brought to you by PGI.
Might
3
not
years
be in
from
the
now,
works.
still in the works.
Still in the works. We'll get it.
Still looking for a factory to make it for us.
It's got to be the right effects. Right effects.
Since its founding in 1969, the PGI has been dedicated to helping you do whatever you love and want to do in fireworks, legally and safely. Whether that is enjoying consumer fireworks with family and friends, becoming a fireworks display operator, learning how fireworks are made, photographing fireworks displays, collecting pyro memorabilia, or all those things and everything in between, there are PGI members that share those same passions. This year, PGI is holding their annual convention in Boone, Iowa from August 2nd to the 9th.
That they are.
So go out there and sign up and join PGI, go to the convention and have a good time and stuff. We'll be probably getting a lot more discussion in that, obviously, towards the end of this season. Probably we'll have a lot more talk about PGI and hopefully get Craig on to go over like the shows and the lineup and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
but,
see if we can get some more board members this time. That'd be awesome.
Some board members, yeah. That'd be good, yeah.
So...
All right, so cake review today.
Yeah.
So, since we had a Sabrina on, I thought why not go to their YouTube channel and find a cake they put up there recently. So, I actually have a cake here that is by Black Scorpion Fireworks. So not something maybe everybody might be familiar with, but we'll toss one up here. Sitting Bull. It's a 15-shot, 500-gram cake. So let's take a watch of it here, and then we'll talk about it.
All right.
I haven't really watched this either, so I like to be surprised. I'm just going to guess that the howling part was Sabrina's favorite.
I'm guessing so.
Yeah, you would be correct.
Do you guys remember? I know I'm going to jump off a firework topic, but do you remember a firework called Honkerer? It just had those. Like it just had the three stage honk or like howl. You ever seen that cake?
Nope.
I don't remember who had it, but it was incredible. I love that cake. It was like a 7-shot cake. That's all it did. So, yeah.
The 3-stage whistler is obviously it's a little bit of a different effect than you've seen a lot of the howlings, where it's just one long continued duration. Mm-hmm. That 2 and 3 stage kind of makes it a little bit more unique.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. I like that one. I like the it was variety, but it wasn't like overwhelming. And
the first part of the cake, you had a lot of the willow in the first section of the cake, and then that middle section where you've seen some more of the crackle and stuff there. So I mean, good opportunity for somebody who's maybe looking to maybe break a cake apart for a show.
Yeah.
might be sweet. You can take some pieces out of it, but obviously this is designed and catered towards that consumer market, so it's probably got that variety that you're looking for in a consumer cake.
Yeah. No, that was I really liked the way that one looked. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, the crackle. I mean, for sure. I mean, it's got to be in there. The consumer loves it. You know.
Yeah.
But I mean, overall, I mean, I don't know. What would you give it a 1 out of 10?
I mean, I'm like probably like that 7-ish range. I mean,
Yeah.
crackle probably holds me back just a little bit.
Yeah. I'd say probably 7.5, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
The howls really kind of bring it up with that 3-stage.
Yeah.
It's such a unique effect, and you really don't find that very often. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. Yeah. What about you, Sabrina? What would you give that one?
I would say about a. Oh well, I'm pretty honest. So it's it's not always a good aspect that I have, but I would say a 7 too. And just because seemed to me it was a little on the slower side, which is fine because the consumer wants a longer cake. That's fine. However, for me though, I felt like it was just a little too delayed between the shots.
Yeah. Yep. No,
yeah, I would like a good 45, like a good 45-second long cake for 15 shots. So I mean, your average is a pretty big gap sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
Is this a newer cake, or has this been on the market for a while?
I want to say that I know all about this cake, but this is the first time I've seen it tonight.
It was a first for all of us. I'm glad.
Picked a good one. Look at that.
That's funny.
So we can dive back in here. Some more fireworks stuff. So as far as from the viewpoint of American Wholesale Fireworks, what events do you guys sponsor and help out in the community with?
Local, or are you talking Pyro?
Yes,
just all of the above.
Yes, all the above, like everything.
So we do a bunch with our local club. We work with them a lot, and then we sponsor Sky Wars. We sponsored part of Chris Stacy's event. We sponsored part of the Danny Bono's event, the Oklahoma Pyros. We do donations and stuff down at Carolina Pyros. We're also sponsoring part of CobraCon. So those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head right now.
Yeah. So, let's jump into CobraCon a little bit. So the new competition, you guys are sponsoring that, and the 3 competitors. I know we're gonna have them on at some point here soon. So really looking forward to bringing them on and kind of hearing. See if they'll share a little sneak peek about their show and whatnot. But I know you guys are bringing the product to them on Wednesday. Am I correct? Wednesday or Thursday? So they only have.
Yeah, some of them are taking it early. So
okay, gotcha. Yeah. So that's good. I'm assuming that they had the $1,000, I believe it was, and then they're gonna get they probably paid for shipping or however that worked. But that's really good to know. But I'm really excited to see it. I know when I was talking to Jonathan, he was really psyched about it, and we were talking on the phone, and he was like, "Hold on, I'm gonna let you go. I got a phone call to make." And then he calls me back, and he was like, "All right, it's secured." And I was like, "Dang, that's crazy." He just yeah, but no, Jonathan has done really, really well with everything. I mean, I can't say enough about what Jonathan's done.
Yeah.
Just genuinely, like the show lineup, and the sponsors and the trade show and just everything and above. He's gone. Like, if you're not going to CobraCon, I'm so serious. Like, you are really missing out, because if you've gone to any one of the other ones and thought, man, I'm not going to learn anything else ever again at CobraCon, like, think again. Like, the classes this year are 1 in a million. Like, you really should go. And I'm genuinely not saying that because I'm teaching one of the classes. In fact, I would probably encourage you to go to another one. But it's crap. I can't say that because like we're competing against each other, Donnie. See who gets the more full class. No, like in all serious, like it's going to be a really good event, and the fact that you guys are sponsoring the new segment is really awesome. So really looking forward to seeing that on display.
So when Jonathan, again, amazing individual. Like he's just a person that I love talking to. So he set it up with my boss, John, and John was like, hey, we're going to do this thing. It's going to be really cool. And then I got the names of the competitors and JP Hansen, Nathan Dexter, and Michael Carr. And I was like, I know all these guys. I'm so excited. Like, this is so much fun. And I'm not going to lie, I'm peeking on their product as they're putting the orders through because I'm like, ooh, what are you going to do with that? Ooh. And I actually got a sneak peek yesterday on an idea that one of them has that's going to be so cool. I can't wait to see it. Oh my goodness. And I had to get some details for him on it, but I'm
awesome.
looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, that is really, really exciting.
I know we kind of briefly touched on like the website and ordering and stuff like that, and talked about how people could kind of shop on there. I know you guys do a lot of wholesale stuff, and in the market, generally wholesale is by the case, but you guys allow a little bit of a different option for wholesale.
We do. So our minimum cost is $200. So as long as you get $200, you can buy what is on our wholesale website. Now your discounting doesn't start. The higher discounting doesn't start then. But yes, you can piece it out. You can buy. So if you're somebody with a smaller budget and you're worried about it, you can get on the website and buy single items of everything. And people have done that. Fountains, one of every single one, which is cool. Do your thing. I'm not pulling it. Do your thing. But yes, you can buy one piece. You can buy 4 pieces. You can buy whatever you're looking for to meet your budget.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I'm guilty. I've gone and I've ordered stuff from you guys before, and I'm like, I just need 5 of these, right? Like I just need 5 to finish my show out. And you might be the only person that has them. So. I've definitely ordered by the piece, and it is nice. You guys do offer that availability, so I don't have to order a case of 100 single shots if I only need 5 or 6 of them, right? So I think that's definitely a different, unique take on the wholesale market when it's generally most places or it's by the case. Yeah.
And it's cheaper by the case. So like if you're making us crack open that case and just get a couple pieces, that's fine. Let's do it. Let's rock it out. But if you're going to buy the case, it's 10% cheaper than buying all the single shots.
Yeah. I mean, it is a little extra work, and I mean, I know people do understand that, and it does cost a little bit more, but you are getting, exactly what you want. You don't have a bunch of extra pieces. Maybe it's one, maybe it's half-second gerbs from Dominator, and that's 250 to a case. You only needed like 27 or something. Yeah, or in my case, like 180. And then let's talk a little bit about your guys' pricing tiers and how you can get how easy it is to get to your guys' best tier.
So our pricing tiers, when you log on, you can get, for the first 1,000 that you spend, you get 10% off. 2,000 is 20% off, and those are automatic on the website. You don't have to call us or reach out. Yeah. However, once you're going to spend 3,000 or 5,000, you got to get us on the phone. You got to get us on the email. And that's when we'll change your pricing. 3,000 gets you 30% off, and 5,000 gets you 36% off. And those are lifetime tiers, and they're accumulation. So if your budget's 1,500, the first year you spend 1,500, you get that 10% off. The second year you're going to spend another 1,500. Well, now that would put you in up to 3,000 spent with us, and that would get you in the 30% tier. But again, you have to call us. And then we've just started a new tier. It's an annual tier. It's a $20,000 spend for retailers. And that gets you 45% off. So there is a couple different options.
Yeah, very good, very good.
That's cool that you allow it to accumulate, right? Because a lot of people do the yearly. You got to spend so much per year for these tiers. And so the ability to, like you said, again, the flexibility you guys are offering to allow people to just accumulate once they get into it, they're there forever.
Yeah.
I mean, I want your business, and I hope you come back. So and people call and they're like, hey, I only have $500 this year, but I've spent so much with you in the past. And it's like, hey, we've all been there. We've all done that. We know how it goes. Like, you're good. Go ahead and check out.
That's awesome. Yeah. No. Yeah, that's super awesome. And then let's get into shipping and events that you guys deliver to. So I know you guys deliver to CobraCon, and I guess let's get into some of the events you deliver to first, and then we'll go to shipping.
For now, so we just finished up our Arkansas class, so we are shipping down there to Arkansas, and then we'll do another Arkansas at the end of towards the middle to end of the year. And then CobraCon, Carolina Pyros, BPG. So those are a couple of the ones that we're doing. And then after the 4th, it will be PGI, maybe Mid-States again. That's been in the talks. Skywars, Chris Stacy's event again. Hopefully Danny Bono's event again.
Yeah.
So those are the ones that I know that we're for sure doing.
Awesome.
And delivery to all those events is free, is it?
Most of them. So we work out pricing with people, so there's a chance that we would work with the people to do discounted shipping.
Okay.
Yeah, gotcha. And then you guys do ship across the states, correct?
To everyone that will allow us to.
To most states. Exactly. Yeah. And then, so how does that work? So if somebody places an order, right, and they want to get it shipped to their house, do you guys run a shipping quote and go that way, or do you guys have set rates, by state or weight, or how do you guys work that out?
Ours it's all linked into my website. So when you go to check out, the website already knows how much it weighs, and it gives you a quote. And if it can't go to your state, it will only say pick up at my warehouse. So,
gotcha.
And it's weight and distance for us.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then, I'm assuming it's gonna also I guess with shipping shipping companies are primarily just going by weight, not by lot size. So that would make sense. So never mind. I was going to ask another question, but it doesn't make any more sense. So I answered it myself.
The biggest shipping thing that I get is, oh my gosh, I don't want to go on a second pallet. I don't want a second pallet charge, and we don't charge by that. And I know some people do, and it probably evens out for them, but we don't do that. And literally a pallet weighs like 35 to 40 pounds, depending on which company you get them from, right? Yep. And the deal is shipping is that pallet might cost you an extra $3 to $5 in shipping. But now that you've got 7 or 8 cases on it, it makes it worth it. And especially, for sure yourself, is the more that you buy, the more pallets that you have coming to you, the cheaper the shipping is per item.
Yeah.
So.
And I know we've started going to primarily shipping orders out on skids, just because we're finding that orders get to your door safer. Are you guys doing the same thing, or do you guys have if it's under 5 cases, we'll just ship it to you. If it's more than 5, we'll throw it on a skid and send it.
Pretty much, it's a pallet, and that's it. Because you never know. Then one will show up, and the other one's still sitting in the warehouse, and
Yep. Sense of security to put it on a skid. That's for sure.
And we wrap it in blue wrap.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah. So exactly. You guys know exactly whose is whose. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if
that
it's missing,
we're calling and we're like, it's bright blue. Go look in your warehouse.
It's in blue. You know where it's at. Yeah. Exactly. So.
And then just kind of talking about shipping generally as you come to the 4th of July season, when is that cut off for people to be able to secure their order before the 4th?
my boss is going to tell you June 20th. I'm going to tell you like June 10th or 15th. Like, because if you're last minute and something, if something happens and it gets stuck somewhere, and that does happen, and you're yelling at me because you waited to go order, that's a you problem, unfortunately. Thank you for ordering. But I always tell all my people, like, if you're on the phone with me and you're like, when should I ship? And I'm like, by June 15th. So, but my boss will tell you later.
Yeah. Yep. Earlier the better. Get them orders in now.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You're more likely to have product than waiting until June 1st.
Yep.
So, yeah. Let's see. So what role is the tariffs? I guess let's jump into this unfortunate thing of tariffs. How are you guys tackling the tariffs, and how are they affecting American?
So as of right now, they're not affecting us as of yet. Yeah. So once all the numbers come across, then the product that comes in will affect that. It's not going to affect any stock we already have. So it's literally we're charging it as it comes through, and we always have. Like, we've never been somebody to raise it across the board. So, and we're still waiting to see how it all plays out. I mean, I know it's on there right now, and I know it's like, oh, it's gonna hit, and you're gonna see it as soon as it comes through. But there's always a chance that it could be shut off tomorrow. Like,
exactly.
And I know that the NFA and APA are trying to fight it and get us, because the last time tariffs came around, we were exempt. Fireworks were exempt, and they're trying to get us back on that list because we can't manufacture it and support the country with it.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. And I think a common misconception is, oh, well, my fireworks are just going up 10%, and they're not. Like, they're not tariffing. They're not putting tariffs on the shipping and all the extra charges from getting it from China to here. It's just on the goods, so it will not actually be a 10% increase on your product, which, I don't know, give or take, it's better, but it's still not good. Yeah. So.
Everyone's freaking out, and I get it. I do get it. Don't get me wrong. So, like, these resellers that are buying $10,000 in product, that's a chunk of change, right?
For sure.
But for Joe Backyard, that's $500. like, and no offense, do it. That's a good budget. It's only going to be a couple bucks. It's going to be $25. It's not going to be huge. So I know we don't want it. I know it's not something that we're interested in continuing, and we hope it goes away. But the freak out about it is extra.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Let's see.
I know basically we can kind of dive into is, what do you guys have planned, or do you want to share anything you might have planned for the 2026 big celebration year? Anything you guys have in the works?
Just stocking up product right now. Me personally, like, for we haven't even discussed it. I don't. With the beginning of the year is always the craziest, because of the retailers, and then the cities all booking, and the 1-3 companies wanting to get their products secured. And so I don't know which way's up until about April. So my thoughts are 2026, yay, we'll figure it out after July 4th.
Yep. No, I agree. All right, so we're on episode 8, and this will be episode 2 of the Women in Pyro, and we appreciate you coming on and kind of discussing this. And if you have not listened to, episode 4, episode 1 of Women in Pyro, go and take a listen to that, because that was really, really good. But I guess we'll kind of dive into some questions we're asking this season. I guess, well, we'll get into it, but why, um, why there's like a lack of women in pyro, and how we can start encouraging all that, and get more women in. So from your perspective, what has it been like being a young woman in pyro? And I guess we'll just start there, and then we'll continue on.
Um, so when I first started with the club, they brought me out and they were all amazing. And they're like,
Yeah.
here's everything. Let's show you how to do it. Here's all the safety gear you should have brought, and, go hand fire and do your thing. So that was awesome. But I didn't have any issues, and then when I showed up on the shoot sites in Maryland and in all the different in Missouri and everything, everybody was like, "Hey, it's so great seeing you," and everybody was good. And then when I started in the industry, that was the different.
Yeah.
That was when things got a little different for me, because I had to say "Oh, yeah, I'm a salesperson," but they didn't hire me because I'm a salesperson. They hired me because I'm a pyro,
Yeah.
and I'm also a salesperson because I did sales in my previous career.
Okay.
And they'll be, and then I get some of them like to mansplain. And they're like, "This is how you do this," and I'm like,
Yep.
"Yeah, cool. I've been doing that for a couple years now. Go away." It hasn't been that bad. The biggest thing is, you show up and they're like, I don't know, I get looked at like, not anymore. But back then it was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're so new and we're going to show you everything." And I'm like, I've shot hundreds of shows before I ever got hired, and
Yeah.
thank you. So, I mean, it's not been bad. Everybody's really good, and I've probably had a different experience than your last person, than Sam did.
Well, I guess so Sam was expressing that, she would go to like a pyro event, and she would have her boyfriend with her, and they would somebody would try to primarily talk to him, and she was like, "Well, he doesn't know a thing about fireworks, but you need to talk to me." They just, like you said, they were mansplaining it. I guess you would, like you were saying, it was more, they were just assuming that he was the one in pyro, and when in reality, it was the complete opposite. Um, so I mean, have you dealt with anything along those lines as well then?
Mine specifically with work right now, where I work, is a lot of people go to talk to my boss.
Yeah.
And especially the older generation, like they'll, if it's like putting an invoice together, they're like, "Hey, Sabrina, like, this is what I want." But if it's a question on a product or something, they'll email John or Roberto, and then John or Roberto are like, "Hey, you should talk to Sabrina. She knows this stuff pretty well." And so that's something, like, I just stand there and watch them talk to the guys, like warehouse guys. They start asking them questions, and the guys are like, "I don't know anything about this. You gotta go talk to her." And I just stand there and smile, like, you walked past me. And so,
and I mean, in the end, you're like, "Okay, well, you're going back there, but you're gonna come right back to me and chat with me. So we'll just let it play out." Yeah. So
right.
What are some challenges? I mean, I guess we kind of talked about it a little bit, but what are some challenges you faced in a male-dominated industry?
Okay, I'll put it on Front Street. So when I started with the club, my thing was, I heard people say like, "Oh, she's just doing it to meet guys. She's just doing it to date," and things like that. And that I wasn't, because I love fireworks. And I thought, I'll never touch a firework guy ever, right? I mean, it isn't as bad. I mean, I still don't, but it's, it is, I work in this field. But I never wanted because of that, I was like, I don't want to anybody to ever say, well, you got there because you were with so and so, or so and so helped you get where you are. So I worked as hard as I could in the club and went and met everybody I could because I enjoyed it, right? And I learned from everybody. And then I got the job by myself because I was a hobbyist and because I was a salesperson and because American was our supplier and all that. And so that's been the thing is, you know, I never wanted anybody to ever be able to say you got there because of insert male person's name.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. I appreciate the honesty. And I mean, it is weird. And I know, like, to say something like that, it is very vulnerable, and we really appreciate that. And I think as a male dominated industry, as men, we should, you know, not just assume things like that. Like
the other thing that come about, so like one of my best friends in the industry is Dane Krenzik. And I adore Dane. He's like a father figure. He's an uncle figure, things like that.
That's awesome.
I traveled around the United States with him and Roger Scott. You guys may not know his name isn't brought up as often, but those two are my guys. They're, you know, in the mid 50s, things like that. And I travel everywhere with them. And the big thing is not to assume. Because you show up and it's like, oh, well, they brought her, you know, there's always an assumption there. And it's like, no, these are my pyro buddies. These are people that I'm very close to that I've learned from them and they've learned from, well, Dane ain't learned from me. Dane's amazing. Like, I don't want to say that. Dane's an incredible asset to have. But, you know, never assume just because, you know, people are showing up. You're not going to assume a young guy and an old guy showing up are together. So don't assume that a young girl and an older gentleman or an older female and a young gentleman are showing up or together. Just don't assume.
Yeah. So along those same lines, besides that, it kind of segues into the next question. What all can we do to get more women involved in pyro?
I mean, I don't know. The Pyro musicals is huge because to be able to put pretty things to our favorite music is fun. You know, Baby, You're a Firework that we never want to hear again. You know, that's something that my friends are like, that would be so cool to do a fireworks show too. And I'm like, yeah. I'll show you how, but don't make me listen to it. No, I mean, I love Katy Perry and that song, don't get me wrong, but, you know, we've all heard it many, many times.
Yes, we have.
So, but it's the type of not like, oh, this is honey, don't lift that. No, if she's wanting to be there and she wants to do the thing, don't push her out of it.
Yes.
Include her. And I don't even just mean that for women, because I've been on the field where there's been a young guy or a shy guy or shy person, you know, doesn't matter if it's female or male or whatever. They're not as confident to walk up to people. They're not as outgoing. They're introverted, but they're very interested. It's just to be more welcoming.
Yeah, I would agree.
So kind of wrap this up a little bit here. Any advice for any women out there who may be wanting to get involved, that, you know, anything you could maybe share with them to maybe help push them to get involved more?
Reach out to a club, get involved with the NFA. I mean, get involved with PGI. Just show up, because we're all out there and there's a lot more of us than you actually realize.
There are.
And we're just as fun as everybody else. So show up, email, reach out.
This is Pyro News, brought to you by Dominator Fireworks.
Shout out to Dominator Fireworks.
They've been
one
with
of
us.
China's. They've been with us for a while.
Almost since day one.
Since day one, pretty much. Yeah. Yep, they are a fireworks brand in China, one of the fastest growing fireworks brands. They cover all categories of fireworks, including consumer fireworks and professional display to pyrotechnics. In addition to the Dominator brand name products, they carry many private label products for their customers. Dominator can custom manufacture or procure any product to your exact package specifications, or they'll recommend someone who can suit your needs. So, again, Ed and Matt have been great supporters of the podcast for us over the years, and hopefully this season we'll be able to get a word with them this season and have them on.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Be good. So we're going to go with some more happy fireworks news. I don't know what's gotten into me.
Oh, you're finding good stuff. No more 1-year-olds lighting fireworks.
I mean, it's always somebody dying. I mean, there were some of those out there too, but
yeah, let's stick to the happy stuff. A little bit.
Yeah. So I found the here fireworks going to return to Mount Rushmore for 2026 for 250th anniversary.
That's awesome.
So the plan is the governor announced that fireworks will return to Mount Rushmore for the 250th birthday. Roden, who was the governor and secretary of the Interior, celebrated the decision, calling it a historical event that will get worldwide attention. Apparently 2020 was the last time they had fireworks at Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, sounds right.
It's been kind of a long-awaited arrival. They've invited President Trump to celebrate and said he's excited to work with the White House on American's birthday. So it'd be kind of cool to have them back out. I would imagine for 250, they're probably going to go big, probably. Yeah,
they should do something pretty big. I am excited to see that. Yeah, that's really exciting. Might cancel my display and go watch it.
Cancel your display? All right. I'm sure somebody record on YouTube for you.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
I mean, let's just sell it together and you and I will go shoot it.
All right, sounds like a plan.
There you go.
Sounds like a plan. I have a feeling they already have somebody knocking on their door. It's all about bidding, right? So we just got to bid it like there's more effects, not more breaks, but more effects.
More effects.
And everything counts as a shell.
The lift, the comet, the break, each star, the crackle is another effect. See? One shell is 5 effects. No, I'm just kidding. It is crazy, though. I mean, we both know that there are people that do that. So,
yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right. All right. Some interesting Discord questions. Just kind of taking a quick look through here to see if there's any more. Let's go with the first one. What is the most memorable order and customer you've had at American? Or in general. You can go, I guess, in general, but I think they wanted to know firework related.
I mean, I'm like, don't say something negative. I don't know. So this gentleman hasn't, he bought a ton for a long time, and he was actually somebody who was amazing. And he was out of Texas, and he would just order, and anytime something came in, he was like on top of it, and he knew all of them, and he tagged me in everything, and he was amazing. So, and then he set it all up in his garage, and it was like an entire wall. It was like the Great Wall of Fireworks, and so he's the one that when somebody says like who do you remember from the beginning, he is who I remember.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Cool.
Travis asked, what order caused you the most anxiety?
These are hard questions. I mean, when we had during COVID, we were having extra people help us pull, and so anybody during COVID gave me anxiety.
Anybody working with you, or anybody placing orders, or in general anybody?
So like they'd get their orders and they'd be like, I didn't get any of this, or hey, I ordered one and got a full case, or I ordered 2 and got 2 full cases, and it was a lot of trial and error back then. And thankfully we're not still in that position. So that was a lot back then.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see.
This is where they get weird.
Yeah. All right. If you could be a life form other than human, what would you be? Like I said,
a life
they went out
form
there.
other than human? I mean, I'd be a vampire.
All right. There it is.
All right, there you go, Fred.
There you go, Fred.
Be a vampire.
All right.
So as we kind of get closer to the end of the night here, just kind of we have an opportunity for you to kind of again plug out the website on how people can order. I don't know if you guys got any sales coming up that you want to maybe pitch out there for people, because this is going to be a mid-March kind of episode.
So we will probably do something. We're not allowed to use the term March Madness, but we'll probably use something along those lines. And it will be in our blue on our website in the blue drop down or in the emails. So if you sign up when you get on our website, we send out emails often. Sorry about that ish.
You don't need to be no, marketing.
So it's there, and then it's also on our website. So yeah, definitely. We normally run at least 1, maybe 2 sales a month, and you can stack that on your discount. So make sure that you're checking that stuff out, because they're worth it.
Yeah, wonderful.
And that's AmericanWholesaleFireworks.com, right?
AmericanWholesaleFireworks.com.
Absolutely.
And what is your email if people want to reach out to you?
So I have Sabrina at AmericanWholesaleFireworks.com, but I also have Sabrina at AmericanFireworks.com.
Okay, there we go. Perfect. Well, where will we see Sabrina next?
In March, I will be, I'm not going anywhere in March. I will be in, can you?
That's all right.
We're having fun.
CobraCon will be my next thing. So the next one coming up, and then our demos 2 weeks after that.
Yep. It's like everybody has their demo that weekend. It's like a hotspot or something.
Yes.
You guys have shooter training that same day then, or is it just your demo?
Our shooter training is the weekend after, May 5th.
Okay, May 5th. There you go. Perfect. All right.
We're going to hit our Pyro Unleashed final 5 questions.
Yep.
So we asked these same 5 questions to every guest. They're mostly firework related. And then we just kind of see everybody answers. And at the end of the season, we'll probably put something fun together with them. So first question, kind of the first thing that comes to mind when we go through these. What is your favorite consumer cake?
My favorite consumer cake?
Yep.
Besides mine, honestly, the Dominator Nishiki super definitely lost the name of that right now. Yes. The super finale.
Yes.
Or super Nishiki cake. Why can I not think of the name of it right now?
Two of the brightest fireworks.
Nishiki Kamuro.
Yes.
There it is.
Super. Yes. It's my absolute favorite cake, and it's big and beautiful and it drips.
So Donnie, the other night when we were watching the Rickroll that I did at CobraCon in 22, that was that one that it was in the center just dropping all the way to the ground.
Yeah. Pretty sure I've used it as well before.
Yeah. Beautiful effect.
All right. If you had to choose only one for the rest of your pyro career, are you choosing 1.4 or 1.3 products?
1.4 all day long.
All day, okay.
All right. Perfect.
And number 3, if you could start your fireworks career over again, anything you might do differently?
No. I've been like the patriotic little American girl forever, red, white, and blue forever. And so when American was like, hey, you want to work for us? I was like, no shit. Yeah, hell yeah, I do. So no, there isn't anything that I would do different.
So good. What is your favorite thing about working in this industry?
The people. And it doesn't matter if you're a customer, if you're a competitor, if you're somebody that supports the industry, the people, 100%.
100%.
Yeah, that's good. And 5th and final, if you were a flavor of ice cream, what flavor would you be?
Moose Tracks.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, there it is.
I think we've had Moose Tracks before, I think.
I don't know. 2 or 3 times,
Yeah, I think
Mint
so.
has been a popular one.
It's been popular too, yeah.
I'm like, I got to think of something different than like plain. I can't be plain.
No, absolutely no.
It'd be like horseradish and anchovies or something.
No.
I mean, what did
Neil was balsamic and some some made up. I don't know. He was wild.
Funny. But all right, well, Sabrina, we want to thank you again for coming on and hanging out with us. It has been a really good time. Besides all the,
I appreciate you guys having me on. I was honestly honored when you reached out. So thank you for that. Like, I really appreciate that. And it was great getting to talk to you guys at the Sky Wars meet last year. So, thank you.
Like I said, just getting to hang out and enjoy it as opposed to, I've never been to Sky Wars without working. So it was fun to be able to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And
hang out.
The best part about this is I always tell people that like we're all friends in the industry. Like when they're like, oh, I buy from RKM. I'm like, it's cool. Good people. So like so you guys doing this is really cool, and it just goes to prove that like we all are friends. We sit down at the same tables, we do the same thing. So again, thank you.
Yep, you bet. Yeah, and if anybody orders anything from us and we don't have it, we send them to you. So
and right back at you.
So
I don't discriminate. I buy from everybody equally.
I love it.
Yeah, pretty much.
I buy from everybody. But again, absolutely. So we're happy to have you on, and we want to do this to allow everybody to have a voice, an opportunity to promote themselves and who they are and their business and stuff like that. And so, it's just an opportunity for you to be able to do that. And we appreciate you coming on tonight and sharing a little bit about who you are and your experiences and some of the challenges and stuff like that, and how we all can be a little bit more conscious of how we interact with other women in the industry and to help to encourage them to be more involved. And so definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Website, go to pyrounleashedpodcast.com, snag some merch. It probably is not too late to get merch at this point.
Be close.
A couple orders have come in and they're turning it around in about a week. So get your merch and wear it. Like Donnie said, we might have some giveaways for you. Other than just the koozies and other swag we're giving out. And jump in our Discord, come hang out with us. There's something always going on in there. We'll talk about something. It's been pretty heavy with Western Winter Blast.
Questions for the guests. Queue up questions for the guests.
Questions for the guests and just hanging out. So. And with that,
all right, everybody. So we will catch us on Fridays for the finale tip of the week.
Yes,
and then we will catch you next Wednesday with another wonderful episode of Pyro Unleashed. And in the meantime, go out there and unleash your inner pyro with us.
This has been another episode of Pyro Unleashed. Come back each week for more industry insights, technical tips, and awesome pyro designs. Have fun out there, be safe, and as always, remember to unleash your inner pyro with us.